Have you or your family been plagued by this winter virus that's been going around? I know that we certainly have, and I wanted to share with you a beautiful recipe that I use every time one of us is ill. And this is something you can make yourself at home, this little homemade bottle, and it's called SuperTonic, and it's absolutely amazing. And generally it's with ingredients that would be in your cupboard. So if you think about when you're poorly, there's all this mucus that's building up, and this is such an amazing thing that the body does. Mucus is a carrier, so it makes this mucus nice and thick or even particularly runny, and with it, it takes all the debris that your body doesn't want and it takes it out of the body. So that's when you feel snotty, you're coughing, everything's oozing and you just feel awful. But we actually don't see it as a bad thing. I mean, we should get ill. We should get ill a couple of times a year, and maybe just for a day or two, maximum 3. So if you have something that is persistent and is taking a while, then generally we would normally think that your body reserves are low. And reasons for this could be that you've been burning the candle at both ends. The body needs really good quality sleep, and we need fresh air, we need exercise, and we need rest. And in this kind of digital era of 24/7, it's hard to switch off. So if you've been ill for quite a while and you just can't seem to shake it, there could actually be something more underlying, such as some adrenal issues. Just means you've been running off cortisol for too long. There's plenty that you can do in those cases. But let's talk about what you can do in the acute stage. So there's all this mucus. You may feel that mucus on your chest. You may feel that your sinuses are bunged and it's causing headaches or even migraine pain. You may feel that your ears are quite stuffed. They might actually be aching. And you may feel that you're coughing and coughing, especially at night. That's generally due to all this mucus. So in terms of herbs and actions that we really want to use something called mucolytics. They are herbs or foods that help to break down mucus and make it thinner. You know what it's like when you can feel that heavy sensation on your chest, like you can't breathe. Well, that mucus is heavy. Those mucous membranes are quite congested, and the mucus that's coming up might well be yellow or even worse, green. So it shows that there's a degree of infection there. So in some cases, you may need antibiotics, but I have to say that herbs are amazing and they naturally have an antibiotic action. The other type of action that we want is something called expectorant. So once we've made that mucus thinner and easier for the body, we then want to expectorate it or bring it up. So that could be that you find yourself spitting it up or able to swallow it. Herbs being antibacterials are important because your body needs to be able to kind of fight infection, but it might need a little bit of support to do that. So these are the foods that I use to make my herbal remedy, which is called SuperTonic. It's actually a well-known remedy. So you do this in equal parts, so equal parts being maybe 250 grams of each of these. So white onion, ginger root, bird's eye chili, or even cayenne peppers. So lots and lots of chilies. I forgot what's the other ingredients here. Garlic, that's a big one. This is where we're getting our main antibiotic effect from. And horseradish. So I'll just run through those again, seeing as I forgot them. Garlic, onion, horseradish, ginger, and cayenne or bird's eye chili. So you're using those in equal parts, and you can either put them through a juicer or you can blitz them in your NutriBullet. Once you've made them mushy, or once you've stripped away the fibre, you then pour organic apple cider vinegar right over the top of that to cover it so that there's no air getting to the pulp. To be honest though, nothing would grow in it anyway, so you're very unlikely to get any mould growth. Nothing would dare go near it. You steep that then for a couple of weeks, and once that's been steeped, you then straining the whole thing through a muslin cloth or a sieve with like a fine mesh, and the resulting liquid you're going to bottle and keep. So we're using dark bottles here. This keeps and it actually matures like this beautiful fine wine. So at first it's going to smell super pungent because it's got the garlic in there, but it mellows. So over time, the flavours really kind of come out like you would expect with a nice wine. So this bottle here is from November 2009, and I use it in really sparing amounts because it's such a special one. I actually have one I made just from last year, which I use more frequently because it's absolutely delicious. So not only can you take that perhaps in a little bit of fruit juice, like fresh orange juice, to raise vitamin C, but you could also glug that into something that you're cooking. So it makes an amazing flavour for sauce. Also makes a great salad dressing. So you could add that to some nice organic extra virgin olive oil, perhaps a tablespoon's worth, and drizzle that over your salad. The tastes are just incredible and they really come forward. But in terms of helping with illness, the ginger, the horseradish and the cayenne have this additional effect. And what they do is they actually heat up the body so that it causes sweating. And this whole idea of perspiration is literally sweating it out. That's what we need to do with the cold. We need to wrap up warm and we need to sweat it out. And with that heating up effect, by raising the body's internal temperature by even 1 degree, it actually has this effect of killing off any bacteria. I don't think viruses work quite the same way, but it would certainly help with any bacteria. This remedy itself, though, is antifungal, antiviral, antibacterial, is also a little bit antisocial. So if you're planning on having it just before you go out for the night, bear in mind, garlic will pass through from the soles of your feet to your breath in 16 seconds. It's a nice way of actually strengthening your immune system. So you can use it for all the family. You can pop that into some boiling water and almost have it like a hot toddy as well. Perhaps with a dash of something a bit stronger in there. Enjoy. I hope you find that tip useful. I will just quickly say it again. You're covering with apple cider vinegar. You are actually then straining the pulp out and you're keeping your mix so it's equal parts cider vinegar, garlic, onion, horseradish, ginger, cayenne, and it's beautiful. Enjoy.